In this video, we're looking at page 1 of the math book, and I've already put that into the table of contents. This is the practice for order of operations. And we completed our foldable flip book and assembled that. Can glue that to page 2 in whatever place you want to put it. And let's look at some examples of using those steps. I just sketched these out. I'm going to move this down for the moment as I copy these, and we will do them one at a time. So number 1 is 30 minus 3 in parentheses divided by 3. So the first step in the order of operations is the blue one. It's the grouping symbols. So I would need to do this step first. 30 subtract 3 is 27, and 27 divided by 3 is 9. We are not solving a problem because there's no equal sign. There will be no solution. We are just simplifying an expression. Number 2, we have 21 subtract 5 in parentheses divided by 8. So very similar problem. Grouping symbols first. 21 subtract 5 is 16. Copy the next step. We do not have exponents or roots. Multiply or divide to get a 2. If you're doing these correctly, you will have that upside down Christmas tree shape. That's a good clue that you are doing them correctly. Number 3, I have 1 plus 7 squared, or 7 to the second power. You can say that 7 to the second power or 7 squared. No grouping symbols this time, but we do have an exponent. 7 to the second power, that means 7 times 7, not 7 times 2, and that is 49. Bring down the 1 and the plus, and there's no multiplying or dividing, so we'll add to get 50. Number 4, I have 5 times 4 subtract 8. No grouping symbols, no exponents or roots. I do have multiply or divide. 5 times 4 is 20. And then bring down the rest of your problem. Then we're down to add or subtract. And 20 subtract 8 is 12. Number 5. We have an 8 plus a 6 times a 9. I'm going to put a box around that. That's the page number. No grouping symbols, no exponents, multiply or divide. We do have that multiply. 6 times 9 is 54. And copy the rest. Then add or subtract. 8 plus 4 is 12, so that would give me 62 as that final value of the expression. Again, these are not solving problems. This is simplifying a problem. Number 6, I have 3 plus 10 times 5 to the second power. No grouping symbols. We do have an exponent right there. Let me zoom in a little bit. This is not 5 times 2, it's 5 to the second power. So that would be 25. Then I will copy what I haven't used yet. Multiply or divide. We do have 25 times 10. So that's 25 times 1 and 1 0. That's just sort of a mental math trick. That 0 comes down here, and then I'm saying 25 times 1 to get 25. So when you're multiplying by a multiple of 10, you can use that trick. And then don't forget to bring down your 3 and your plus sign, so you get an expression that simplifies to 253. Number 7, I have 7 plus 12 times 11. So we will do no grouping symbols, no exponents or roots. So multiply or divide. 12 times 11 is 132. Bring down the 7 and the plus sign, and then add or subtract to get 139. Number 8. I have 15, add 40, divide 20. No grouping symbols, no exponents or roots, multiply or divide. We have division right there. 20 into 40. And this is another mental math trick that you might want to know. You can cancel those 2 zeros, one from each number, and then 4 divided by 2 is 2. Bring down the 15 plus, and that would give you an answer, simplified answer, of 17. And I'm down to the point that I'm running out of room. So I may need to just copy these problems. I think I can get this one in there. Okay, this one is no grouping symbols, no exponents or roots, no multiplying or dividing. So we add or subtract from left to right. So 20 plus 16 is going to be 36. Drop that minus 15, and you will end up with 21. Number 10. I have 9 times parentheses 3 plus 3 parentheses divided by 6. So this is a little bit more complex than the ones we've seen so far. These gradually get more difficult. Grouping symbols first. So 3 plus 3 is 6. No exponents or roots. Multiply or divide from left to right. 9 sixes are 54. Drop this divide 6, and 54 divided 6 is 9. Notice that I still have that V shape. That is a very good sign. These should get a little bit smaller on each level of the problem. And finally, I think I won't even recopy that one. Let me just bring it up and make it a little larger, and we'll work this one. This has a little bit of everything, doesn't it? Grouping symbols first, always. So if you have parentheses or brackets, you have to start there. 6 plus 2, that is 8. If it helps you, cross off that part so that you're not tempted to use it again. This is especially true in these longer problems. Copy what you have not used. Then move to the next step, and that would be exponents or roots. We have a root and we have an exponent. The square root of 64 is 8, because 8 times 8 is 64. 4 to the third power, that is not 12. It's not 4 times 3. It's 4 3 times. So 4 fours are 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. So when I do, let me highlight, because this one's quite a bit more to deal with. We have the square root of 64. And then we have 4 to the third power. You guys know how I feel about color coding. I love it. It really helps you to organize the steps in your mind. I am going to bring all of these pieces down. There's that 8 plus that 64. Here's the plus sign. Then subtract 8. That's coming down from up here. And now we're going to multiply or divide. We don't have any of those. So add or subtract from left to right. 64 plus 8 is 72. And subtract 8 brings us back down to 64. So that one is quite a difficult problem, but it does have that nice V shape that's always so encouraging when I'm doing these problems. Order of operations. The rules that tell us the sequence in which we should evaluate an expression. And I'm going to add a word right here. It can be evaluate. We can also say or simplify. I think I want to add that to my notes. Very important concept to know in math.